Hey y'all, I'm Elisa.
And I'm Samantha.
And welcome to Watch for Deer. Happy Friday, all you beautiful listeners. We're back.
We took a week off.
Because someone decided to
hurt herself.
Yes.
Yes.
Very badly, actually.
I did hurt myself very badly.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. I was outside feeding the chickens, and I bent over, and I hit my head on a chicken coop and sliced it open all the way to my skull.
Yeah.
And was bleeding pretty bad and had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So that happened last Wednesday. That's why we weren't here.
Yep.
And we were going to record last night, and I wasn't up to it because I have a concussion.
Yeah.
So before we get into anything, if I start speaking and I lose my words or maybe I stutter a little bit, that's why. He said it would take a while to get better.
So, send her some well wishes, and I mean, I can't promise I won't giggle.
But now I did say, she said, well, I like this because you won't be able to pick up everything that I say wrong. And I went, oh, I will still, just because I can't speak doesn't mean that I will not know when it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because a couple days ago, I did algebra, like with a kid in school. No problem whatsoever. The next day, I couldn't even do like tally marks. Like I was having trouble with tally marks.
Crazy?
Yeah.
The brain is so fascinating.
Yeah.
So fascinating.
So it's very strange. It's very strange. And they say, and I know you all are like, you need to rest. And I get that, but that's not in me.
It's not who she is.
It's not who I am.
No.
So it's kind of difficult to try to take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was pretty traumatic. It was pretty traumatic. And I tell you what, I think the most traumatic thing about it is, and especially like if you all have ever had something happen like that, I wasn't doing anything that I don't do every single day.
On a regular basis.
And it was the same thing that I do every
routine.
Day. And I just think about how many times I came so close to doing that, you know, and I was home alone when I did it. And I won't go into the details because I don't know who's listening and I don't want to gross you all out. But it was really bad, and had to get tetanus shots, and they had to go in there and scrub, and they looked at it and they were like, you don't have any marks on your skull, so that's good. And yeah, it was bad. I'm all stitched up like down, and it was in my hair.
Thankfully.
Like it's in my hairline. So because it was on the right side of my head, and I don't even know if I've ever talked about this or not, but my left eye doesn't work right. I know I'm a mess. I swear I'm a mess. So I'm so thankful that I didn't hit myself in my right eye. Like, yes. I'm so thankful that I didn't hit myself in the face because of that, because I can't see really well at all out of my left eye. I have a scleral buckle over it. And, I don't have vision in half of that in my left eye, and the rest of it's all blurry, so I don't even wear contact or anything in the eye. So I'm very thankful for that, because that would have been bad. That would have
been super bad.
Like, this has changed my life, but that would have, like, if I'd have done that, then it would have been, that would have been something like irreversible damage. This will heal. That would not have. So I'm very thankful that I'm okay.
Yeah, me too. So
and these headphones are sliding off, so I'm going to take them off. So if I get super loud, I can't hear myself because I cannot keep just holding them.
I have a volume button, so if you get real loud, I'll just turn you down.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna have my headphones on.
So she can't use her headphones because she's still like pump knotted and bruised and sore
But regardless, so what? Well, let me tell them what happened today.
Okay.
So I go in and I talk to my principal, Lori.
Yep.
And I guess I was kind of I don't know if I was slurring my words, but I was trying to tell her something and I couldn't think of the words. And I was trying to think of this kid's name, and I should have known it, and I couldn't think of it. And I was just saying like the wrong name. And yesterday I kind of fell over a little bit, and just some stuff, from a concussion like you have, and it scared her. So she called you. Mm-hmm. And so I'm eating lunch with Lori, my principal / friend, and my friend Bettina, and we are sitting there and we're eating our sandwiches, and here comes Elisa, and I was like, what are you doing here? And she's kind of looked at me, and then I looked at Lori, because I knew as soon as I saw Elisa walk in, and then I saw Lori, that Lori texted Elisa. So
yeah,
I went to the hospital and got a CAT scan, and I'm fine.
And I'm not sure why they didn't do a CAT scan, because I thought it was just kind of standard that when you have a head injury that they do a CAT scan. Just you never know like what what's going to happen, you know. So I'm shocked that they didn't do one when you initially done it, but I'm glad we got it done. And
and it's just a concussion.
Yeah, no brain bleed.
No, they said that I'm concussed in the speech, the speech language part of my brain. So that's why I'm like, I'm fine, you know, I'm okay, but sometimes I just struggle with words. And I've been doing something here recently in the last couple months where I have to speak in front of people, and sometimes I'm videoed doing it. And, you know, I've not been going to any of those events because I don't want anybody to think that something, you know, is majorly wrong. And I'll be fine, and then all of a sudden I'm not fine, and it doesn't last very long.
No,
it lasts
it's
like
just
30 seconds, and then I just pick right back up. But
it's almost like a stuttering,
kind of like a pause, like I'm buffering.
Yeah,
like I'm
yes,
buffering.
You're buffering, waiting to catch up and buffer. Yeah, she's buffering.
That's it.
So if you hear her, she's buffering.
Yeah, and we're just gonna hang on, and we're just gonna go with it.
We're just gonna let her buffer and then move right along.
I'm just gonna go right along, and then eventually I'll be fine. So it's fine.
All right, so we are going to. I brought a story. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not about a secret society. So we're going back to our roots.
Oh, my Lord. Of course we are. You know, on the way home from the hospital today, I was like, do you want to go ahead and record? You know, because we drop on Friday and it's Thursday. She's like, yeah, we can go ahead and record and drop one. And she goes, we're not doing the fluffy stuff this time. We're not doing the conspiracy theory and the fluffy stuff. I actually think the conspiracy theories may be buffering. Brain's buffering. I think they may be more scary than these serial killer things.
Yeah, maybe. Just because it's the unknown, you know, maybe.
Right, I don't know.
So I got my sources from Distractify.com, KUTV.com, IdahoStateJournal.com, and ABC4.com news. So picture this.
Oh, I'm picturing it.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
I love Memorial Day weekend.
Everybody loves Memorial Day weekend.
Everybody loves Memorial Day weekend. It's a long weekend. You get that Monday off. It's amazing.
And it's the kickoff to summer.
Yes.
The weather's usually great. There's a lot of
summer
barbecues, and we have a family reunion at the lake. Like, it's just a good time.
It's so much fun.
Such a good time. You know, it ushers in the summer, and it may be the biggest day for most people, you know, with barbecue, swimming. Unfortunately, a family in Utah begins a search for a missing teen. This is the story of Dylan Rounds, who went missing May 25th of 2022.
Oh, it's recent.
From his 150-acre farm in Utah.
Okay.
A press release was issued by Box Elder County Sheriff's Office on Tuesday, May 31st.
Isn't a box elder a bush?
Box elder is a tree, I think.
It's a tree?
Yep.
I knew it was something.
They issued this press release May 31st of 2022 at about 8 p.m. in the evening. They described Dylan as a 19-year-old boy who stands about 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighs approximately 160 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair.
How old did you say he was?
He is 19. Dylan had set out for Lucian to work on a farm in the spring of 2022, and he was last seen in late May of that year. In an interview between ABC4.com and Dylan's mom,
hold on,
Candace
is this the
Cooley,
one that Kayla Michaels wanted you to do?
No, that's Tyler Dolan.
The kid that went missing when didn't he go fishing?
It was in North Carolina.
I'm sorry.
It's in North Carolina.
Okay, go ahead.
So ABC4 had an interview with Dylan's mom, Candace Cooley, and she stated, Dylan's been working on this farm in Utah, his own farm, on getting the ground torn out and getting prepared for his first crop.
So you're telling me this 19-year-old, he owned 150 acres? The kid owned 100. Nice, okay.
This year was supposed to be his very first crop, and this farm was his whole entire life. On Memorial Day weekend, his Idaho family traveled to the farm after failing to hear from him. They found the place completely abandoned. Now, that prior Wednesday, he was seen in the town of nearby Lucian, and he told his mother of a man walking barefoot along the road. So they were on the phone. He was talking to his mom, and he says, "Mom, you wouldn't believe this guy who jumped just right out of the desert." Said he was bloody, he didn't have any shoes on, and he wanted a ride. I didn't give him a ride. Now, this man that Dylan had told his mother about had actually reached out to her on his own and said that he wasn't sure where Dylan could be. This man claimed to have had an alibi as well. But still, his mom notified the cops, just to be safe. Now, according to NBCnews.com, Dylan Rounds was last seen on Thursday, May 26th in Montello, Nevada. He was actually seen at the Saddle Sore Bar getting a bite to eat. 2 days later, on Saturday the 28th, the 19-year-old spoke with his maternal grandmother on the phone. Dylan's mother, Candace, told Dateline that her mother said Dylan had to hang up because it started raining and he needed to move some equipment. He said, "It's raining. I can't talk right now. I got to get my seed truck in." Now, this was the last conversation anyone would have with Dylan Rounds. Dylan, like you, Samantha, loved agriculture.
I love agriculture, and I love people who love agriculture. I think it's the most important job. It's the most important job because without food and without being able to tend to all the living things, including plants, we're in trouble. So I really have mucho respect for people who do agriculture. It's important. So kudos to you, Dylan.
Now, Dylan was born August 1st, 2002 to Justin and Candace. They had 3 kids, with Dylan being the oldest. Justin and Candace would later divorce, and Dylan would split his time between the two. Growing up in Idaho, living the outdoor life, he loved to fish, ride dirt bikes, but most importantly, he loved to farm. It's all he thought about. Dylan was put on this earth to be a farmer. Like, he was constantly playing in the dirt, planting, like it literally was just, it was him. It was a piece of him.
There's nothing better than to plant something, to plant a seed, and then watch your seed grow, and then your fruit come to fruition.
And then provide.
At school, we have a greenhouse, and the kids planted, we did some sunflower seeds. We did all kinds of stuff, but the sunflowers, man, they're doing great. And one of my students, the sunflowers are probably 2.5 feet tall now. And so we were taking them out of their containers, putting them in a different container, and we gave the sunflowers, the first 2 out of our greenhouse, to our principal and our vice principal, Lori and Tish. And the smile on my student's face, like carrying them to them, because she really was the one who was doing the sunflowers.
Yeah.
And she did that, and she tended to them, and she and she was so proud, and the stalks on there were so big. So it's really something, like, I know I'm going off the rails here, but like, if you've never grown anything, and it's not hard, get you a pack of seeds, and if you fail at it, then do it again, because if we never fail at anything, we don't know what success feels like. So, and this was our 3rd try, and she did it, and it's amazing. So I understand what Dylan is saying there, because
it's such a reward.
It's such a
really
reward.
Is.
It's a reward that your hard work, and it is hard work, has paid off.
Yep.
It is a reward.
It is. It's a great thing.
And if you have any questions about that, message me.
Yeah, message her, because she's our ag girl.
Do not message me about anything else, like nothing like serial killers,
murder,
nothing
or
like,
body parts found. You can message me, though.
That's Elisa. But if you want to ask me about plants and stuff, I do not know everything, but I will figure it out for you.
That's
We'll grow a garden.
She's your ag girl, and I'm your serial killer girl.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah,
I think I'm the better one.
We'll see.
I'm the better one. Anyways, go ahead.
Anywho. So in 2019, Dylan was able to obtain his own farm with the help of his grandpa.
I think that's great.
So grandpa kind of pitched in some funds, helped Dylan purchase his own farm so he could get his boy farming.
Well, grandpa's loaded too, though, right? I mean, if he purchased 150 acres,
I feel like that's a lot, and that's in what I say, Utah or Idaho, but I figure like it's a lot. That's a lot of ground.
Right. So grandpa has some money.
Grandpa, you looking for sugar, baby?
No. No.
Just kidding.
No.
So Dylan actually stayed on his farm in an RV, prepping the land for planting. And again, like I said, this was supposed to be his very first year that he was going to be able to plant and grow his own crop on his own land. Now, he did have a couple farm hands that popped in here and there, but mostly this land was taken care of by Dylan himself. On Monday, May 30th, Candace said she received an alarming call from J.D. Wild, who was Dylan's best friend. Candace told Dateline that J.D. informed her that no one had heard from Dylan since Saturday. She said, "I instantly knew that we had a problem." Later that day, Candace reported Dylan missing, and they immediately began the search. So they drive out to Dylan's farm, and they call the police. And Candace tells Dateline the boots were found within the first hour on Dylan's property. So his boots. She told East Idaho, Idaho. Idaho.
I mean, that's literally the word.
I know, but it just sounded weird for a second. Candace told East Idaho news reporter Nate Eaton that the boots were behind a pile of dirt just casually tossed out. And she said Dylan was super particular about his boots. Like, he wears a pair. It's always the same pair. When that pair wears out, he goes and he buys the exact same boot. Like, you know, as a hunter, there's a certain boot that I prefer. That's comfortable. It's warm. It's your go-to. I can relate to that. And I'm sure, I'm sure you have a pair of farm boots, muck boots, or whatever they are that you always go to, that you always wear.
Always.
She said Dylan would not have just thrown his boots out and left them lay.
You don't just have, like, your shoes. You have to keep your feet dry. Because
dry
you don't
warm.
stop in the rain. So you have got to keep your feet dry and warm. You have a pair in the winter and you have a pair in the summer.
Yes. So the officials had found the boots about 100 yards south of where Dylan's grain truck was parked, which Candace had told Dateline is in the opposite direction from his camper. So if we remember, he was on the phone with his grandmother and it started raining. He was like, "Hey, I have to hop off here. I have to go move my grain truck." Okay, so he was going to move it and get it out of the rain. And so Candace said when she heard where they had found the boots and where the truck had actually been parked, that she said our hearts dropped, because a kid just doesn't go walking in the desert without his boots. Justin told Dateline that finding his son's boots like that just threw everyone for a loop. Said our brains were going a million different directions. We didn't know what to do. Now, detectives did find a small spot of blood on his boots, and it would be sent to a lab for testing to see if it was Dylan's blood or maybe his abductor. Now, the truck that we were talking about was found, but it seemed to have been washed because there was no mud on the tires. I know it rained, but there was like no mud on the tires at all. And the seats had been moved. So Candace said that Dylan was taller than she was. And when they found the truck, she said the seat had been moved forward, not to where Dylan could fit. Like, there's just no way that with that seat moved forward that he could have fit behind the wheel.
Right.
Now, it would be 9 months later before a break in the case would lead to an arrest of a potential suspect in his disappearance. James Brenner, who worked on Round's farm, was one of the last people that Rounds had contacted. Police later discovered that Brenner, who was now 61, had a criminal history. In May of 2012, he had been sentenced to 33 months in prison after possessing a firearm as a felon. On June 16th of 2022, the sheriff's office, along with the FBI, searched Brenner's trailer, where they discovered ball ammunition, ignition caps, black powder, and speed loads, all related to muzzle loading, as reported by NBC News. On June 20th of 2022, just 1 month after Dylan had vanished, Brenner's neighbor was interviewed by law enforcement and offered investigators some very revealing news. He told cops that Brenner had asked him to keep his guns for him for his own safety. The neighbor thought that was really odd.
My dog's crying in the background. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, shoot. She's fine. After this interview with the neighbor, it led police to a search on Brenner's property, and according to the charging documents, Brenner had allegedly moved Round's boots after he was missing. This is how those boots had Brenner's DNA on it that they initially found. So the blood that was on there, when they took those boots and they tested looking for Dylan's blood, they found Dylan's blood, but they also found DNA from Brenner. The charging documents also stated that after Round's phone records were obtained, they showed that on the day of his disappearance, that there was movement on a remote property in Lucian where Brenner was squatting. The last signal from Round's phone was at the Lucian Pond, and in a search of the pond, Dylan's phone was recovered.
Oh.
So, on this 150 acres, butted up right next to Dylan's land,
Yeah.
there was also a couple squatters. So, James was one of them. There were a couple people that, had just squatted on this land. And keep in mind that James was also one that had helped him on his farm a few times. Digital forensic download of the phone was conducted and led to the discovery of a time-lapse video with a timestamp taken at the time of the victim's disappearance. The video showed Brenner cleaning a gun with bloodstains on his arms and his shirt.
How did Dylan's phone have that video on it?
So,
was it
I'm
Dylan's
glad
phone?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm glad you asked me this because this is my theory. This is my personal theory. This leads me to think that maybe Dylan had hit record button during the interaction with Brenner. Like, I don't know how there would have been a video. Maybe when he went to move his grain truck, like he noticed Brenner on his property and he tells him to leave. Mm-hmm. Brenner doesn't like that, and he stalks threateningly towards Dylan.
So is this okay? Is this the actual video that you're talking about?
The video. This is my theory on why there would be a video.
Okay, but you don't. But what
we
you
don't
just,
know.
But no, what you just said, did that actually happen? Did he tell him to leave, or you just guessing?
I'm theorizing.
Okay, so everything.
Yes,
you're theorizing.
I'm theorizing.
Okay,
I'm theorizing as to why there's a video.
Okay.
So I think that he's seen Brenner on the property and he tells him to leave. And Brenner doesn't like that. So he starts stalking, threateningly towards Dylan. And Dylan can sense this tense situation. You ever been in a situation where you feel something's amiss, or something's about to happen? I think he probably felt this, like he felt threatened, and he hits record on his phone.
Okay.
And then Brenner hits or shoots him, incapacitates him somehow, and Dylan drops the phone.
Okay, so if that did happen, wouldn't all of that, what you just said about him shooting him and everything, was that on the video?
It doesn't say what
It's
was.
just-
It just says a time-lapsed video with a timestamp showed him cleaning a gun with bloodstains on his arms and shirt. The only thing that I can think is maybe he tried to fumble and hit record and drop the phone, and then later when Brenner comes back to clean up the scene, he bends down, grabs the phone, hits the record button unknowingly because he's a 61-year-old squatter. He doesn't know how a phone works.
Yeah.
And hits the record button before he gets ready to chuck it in the pond.
So instead of theoretically, instead of a butt dial, because I'm sorry, I butt
Right.
dialed you, he butt videoed himself.
Yeah, like he
Okay.
kind of hit, as he reached down to retrieve the phone and clean up the scene, he's, accidentally hit that record button.
Okay, so I see your theory.
He's recorded himself
Right.
unknowingly.
But this is all allegedly.
This is just a theory.
Okay.
This is my theory on how there's a video.
Okay.
Now, there was a shirt that was obtained and analyzed by authorities, and Round's DNA was on it. Brenner was charged in the 1st District Court in Box Elder County in connection with the disappearance of Dylan Rounds for the alleged murder and the disposal of his body. The charging documents state that Round's body was not recovered due to Brenner allegedly removing and concealing it. James Brenner, who lived near Dylan Rounds, was charged with criminal homicide, aggravated murder, and abuse or desecration of a human body in connection to Dylan's disappearance. Now, in a press release issued on April 9th, 2024, skeletal remains presumed to belong to Dylan were recovered in the remote western Box Elder County area of Lucian.
I hate that.
The FBI assisted Box Elder County Sheriff's Office by processing the area for evidence and recovering the remains. The remains are now in the possession of the Utah Office of the Medical Examiner for confirmation of identity. Now, Brenner had led authorities to Dylan's body as part of a plea agreement. The family had been notified that a plea deal had been reached last Monday after a month of negotiations. The FBI recovered her son's remains on Tuesday morning. Candace Cooley, Dylan's mom, said she'd been preparing for the discovery after a month of back and forth before prosecutors and the defense agreed to a 3 to 30-year prison sentence in exchange for the location of his remains. She said she is also calling on Utah to enact stiffer penalties after learning of a rejected proposal that would have locked up suspected killer James Brenner for half as long. So basically what they wanted to lock him up half as long as what he got.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid. Like, if there's evidence and you killed, but I just, like, they just found him at the beginning of this month, found his body. It's just really sad.
That is that's a terribly sad story. That's a loss. That's a great loss to his family. That is a great loss to the farming community. If somebody that young, that
had so much passion.
It's hard telling what he could have done, and I hate that. I hate this story.
Yeah.
It's an awful story.
It's so awful, but I'm so thankful that I hate that they had to enter into a plea deal to find his body, but I know as a mom myself, I am so thankful that she can at least put his body to rest because I can't imagine
able to be in a room with him.
Absolutely. I'm an eye for an eye type person.
Yeah, I think she should be able to be in a room with him.
Yeah. Enact her own justice for her son. So, but yeah.
Well, let's talk about something else real fast.
What we got?
Gypsy Rose.
Okay.
Have you seen what's going on with that?
So I heard that she was getting a divorce or something.
Yeah. This story kills me. It kills me. So apparently she's got a nose job now. And she's dyed her hair. And she's divorcing her husband that looked just like her mama.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got this new guy. And she's on social media. And people are still hounding her. And I just don't understand why people are still hounding her. Let her story.
Let it go. Let it die.
Social, celebrity, her celebrity, let it all die.
Yeah, let it die.
Stop treating this psychopath like she is worthy of anything.
Yep.
It's killing me because I don't ever want to read about her, but it's all in your face.
It's all
people
over.
Are talking about it. We're talking about it.
Yep.
I don't care if you get a nose job, Gypsy Rose. I don't care if you dyed your hair, Gypsy Rose. Listen to me. If you ever listen to this, you are worse than trash on the bottom of my shoe for what you did. Now, I am sorry. I'm sorry of what happened to you when you were a child. That is horrendous.
It is.
That's
tragic.
Horrendous. But for you to take a cognitively disabled person who would have manipulated him in all your womanly ways and conned him into murdering your mother. I mean, you are just destructive wherever you're at, and it's just ridiculous that you only got 8 years in jail. And I just can't stand. I can't stand this story. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Yeah, but she's living my best life. You can't take that from me. I wish my
Yeah.
Zoe was here because that's one of her favorite like quotes or whatever.
I just cannot.
Yeah,
just
I agree.
can't.
I mean, I did see that she was getting a divorce. I didn't know she had a nose job in her hair just because
I don't know for sure.
just
They
don't
were talking about it
watch.
at work the other day. Actually,
I don't
know
follow
who
it.
it was that told me. It may have been. I don't know who it was that told me. So we're just going to let that go because I really can't remember who told me. But it's just ridiculous. Like,
I just don't follow it. Like I'm not.
I don't follow it. Just people talk to. I think some people talk to me about it because of
the podcast.
Because here in
Yeah.
where we live, people talk about it,
Yeah.
and they'll come up and they're like,
Yeah.
"What do you think about Gypsy Rose leaving her husband and all this stuff?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to, but it just makes me so mad because I can't stand her.
Because
She
she
is
could
she's worse than Brenda.
Listen.
She's worse than Brenda. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to listen to Willow Weeps.
Yeah. Portal to Hell. I
Portal
think
to
it's like
Hell,
the third or the fourth episode.
Yeah, so Gypsy is worse than Brenda.
Yeah. We've already discussed Brenda and her nonsense.
Yeah, so anyway.
So, anyways, you guys let us know what you think. Be sure to hit the follow button on wherever you listen to your podcast. Go like and follow the Facebook page at Watch for Deer. Go email us your stories because, we're still waiting on some more stories. I want to get a good inventory of stories, to tell and start our, Deer Tales section. So you can email those us or DM us, but you can email us at watchfordeerpodcast@gmail.com. And y'all be safe.
And
watch for deer.